Welcome to Pinkies Up, a series where we answer questions normal wine drinkers like Bridget have about wine. I'm Nick, and I'm here to answer these questions in a way that makes sense whether you drink your wine with your pinky up or you drink it in a solo cup. Let's see what's going on this month.
Welcome everybody to a very special edition of Pinkies Up. If you have not joined us yet on Pinkies Up, it is our special wine series that we do. We try and answer questions regular people like me have about wine. So we could think of no better way to celebrate our second Pinkies Up than with Oktoberfest. We like to dress up on Pinkies Up. If you caught our episode last month, we had really great hats on. This month, we're dressed up to cheers Oktoberfest. So we are trying German and Austrian wines and answering the question, are all German wines sweet? And I mean, like, are they all painfully sweet? So,
what do you mean painfully sweet? A little bit of sugar never hurt anybody.
If you have followed along at all, you know I like a good cab. I like a good red wine, and I do not like sweet white wines. So I am not excited about this one.
So this episode, I picked 6 wines from Austria and Germany because we're going to include all of the German-speaking peoples of the world. We should have got something from Tyrol in Italy. We should have. What am I thinking? We're dressed up. You can see Bridget has her dirndl, her lovely flower
crown.
wedding. I was asked to show if this really is a real lederhosen. Yes.
He's been practicing that.
That's about as high as I can jump without this thing falling off. So we're in the spirit, and we're going to get started with a little sect.
Yes. This one is funny. Nick sent me, I think he called me over to the wine section in the store.
I did. I think
you
I
need
was
to come look
like
at this.
a little boy.
You need to come look at this box. And the box just says, I want sect. SEKT. So we didn't have time to make special t-shirts. That is what we were going to wear for today's episode, but instead you've got this on.
So sekt is the Austrian German word for sparkling wine. Prost, everybody. Whoops.
We're doing great already.
We're doing great.
So you can see we've upgraded and we have real glasses, which is something we don't always have here on Pinkies Up because we use teacups sometimes. We do have this fancy dump bucket, so please don't judge us. If you need a dump bucket of your own, feel free to use a solo cup.
We also have snacks and water. Please remember to hydrate yourselves and snack. It's good. So our first wine is the Ziggity.
Ziggity.
Blanc de Blanc, which is, first of all, just a fun name. All these German words are super fun, I think. Right? And we're going to put up some fun facts, if you will, about the Ziggity.
Can I drink mine?
Yes.
Okay.
Drink it.
I feel like I have things
I'm going to share my 3 fun facts. It's Austrian sparkling wine made entirely of Chardonnay. It's family owned and operated, which I like. You'll see a lot of these places have a lot of history to them, family owned, operated. And it has this lovely, let's go all the way up to the camera.
Ooh, this is special treatment. That was a great bottle shot right there.
This lovely portrait on it by Gustav Klimt, a late 19th century Austrian painter of a lady, Adele something. And it was stolen by the Nazis. And after a long court battle, it's now in New York on display. And you should Google this. It's like the lady in gold. And it's just, I don't know why it's on the label. I couldn't figure that one out.
Well,
all the websites in German, and my German's not that great. But
Google Translate.
I tried. It didn't have it. So yeah. So what do you think of this?
Okay,
Bridget, you're a bubbles snob.
I love this. Yeah, a bubble snob. So my 2 lovely sisters have joined on our wine tasting tonight. Hi, sisters. And we all love bubbles. So I wish you guys had this exact wine, but one of you is in Washington. This is great. And we're going to start off by saying it's not painfully sweet. 100% Chardonnay makes sense that it wouldn't be too sweet. I love it.
I think the interesting thing about this compared to like a French sparkling wine that's 100% Chardonnay is it's really got a lot of like salinity to it.
Yes. That's what I was going to say.
No, because there's like that little like bit of kind of salinity thing on the end.
It feels like, I don't know how to properly explain this.
The soil's different. That's why. So if you like a little bit of,
It feels smooth for bubbles and there's no we discussed this in last month's Pinkies Up. There's nothing that makes me go, nothing that makes me make that face, which is my favorite, which we learned was tannins. So we are learning things on Pinkies Up. This one's great. If you guys have this wine, give us a thumbs up in the chat window if you liked it. Maybe a thumbs down if you don't like it. Ooh, good question. We've got, how is it carbonated, Nick?
So great question. This is a traditional method sparkling wine. So there's two ways of making sparkling wine. One is to make a still wine. Well, you always make a still wine first. The traditional method or champagne method is you then do a second fermentation in the bottle. You fill the bottle about to here, add some wine that has sugar left in it, and start carbonating that, start fermenting that again, which creates carbon dioxide and the bubbles. So this one has traditional method, and how they do that is they actually, that's called the dosage. They add Austrian sweet wine in, like a local sweet wine.
Okay.
And then carbonate that. So that also, in France, they usually will use like Chardonnay still.
Sure.
But this one, they use a local sweet wine to get the forced carbonation in there.
So family and local, loving it already. Can you send a bottle to Washington is our next
It
question.
is extraordinarily illegal to ship wine in Wisconsin, unfortunately.
Shoot.
We're not as good of lobbyists as the Nature Conservancy. We're trying to get it legal to ship wine, but
we're not doing great.
Not going great. All right, second bottle. This one, a lot of people picked up to go home.
Yeah, thank you to guys who stopped in the store and picked up your wine.
And I think the reason why is because we market this a lot as like, if you like Sauvignon Blanc, but you don't want like super grapefruity, something nice, crisp.
I like Sauvignon Blanc.
Gruner Veltliner is a great bottle.
So, you guys, my knowledge of German wines, my husband's grandpa used to really like them. So he passed away years ago, but he used to drink
Gewürztraminer,
if that's what you call it. And it was just like
what you call it.
Sugar water. But we
dry Gewürztraminer.
I mean, whatever one we had, we always drank with Grandpa Dennis, and it was lovely and great for the story. But I was always like,
well, this is Gruner Veltliner.
Okay, Gruner Veltliner,
a different grape than Gewürztraminer, strangely enough. So just a nice, fresh, very food-friendly one. It actually pairs with asparagus, which is hard to do. And this winery has been in operation since 1452 as a way to make money for a local hospital. So they still, it's like a co-op in like a natural park.
What?
And they give the money to the local hospital, which is really pretty cool.
So they just donate a portion of it. Wait, why was that the choice of the place?
Well, it's donated? Like, you know how the monks would start brewing beer to do the upkeep of being a monk? Praying and
same
things
idea.
like that. It's the same thing.
Okay.
So they had grapevines, so that's what the
you guys
did.
had it with the pork schnitzel? That seems like a good pairing. Nice.
Yeah, so much acidity goes great with that. And it's all sustainably grown grapes.
Okay, so
very important.
If you're cooking German meals this week, pork schnitzel, I mean, I'm guessing the cells are telling us how good it is. It sounds delicious to me, so I would pair it with pork schnitzel. Good pairing?
Heck yeah, good pairing. You want something a little acidity and crisp with all that.
I mean, I like
crunch,
this.
Crunch, crunch.
It feels like I don't mean this to sound as offensive as it's going to sound, but it feels a little watery. Feels a little watery.
It is, it's lower alcohol. It's only like 12%.
Watery wine.
There we go. There we go. Bridget wants the higher American style of
It's very good.
Alcohol.
It's very good. It's one of those that you're like, this is so easy to drink because it tastes watery but delicious. I like it.
One of the things to remember is that it's continental climate in Europe, so it doesn't get as hot, especially in Austria. Like we think of summers here are 90 degrees, or out west where it gets significantly hotter and you can really ripen grapes. Like Red Mountain in Washington, where some of my favorite Cabernet comes from, it's like 120 in the middle of the day in July and August. So, you can really ripen grapes. Not in Austria, it doesn't get that hot. Global warming is helping them, but you are going to have a little lower alcohol, a little riper.
Buttery. Missy, what do you think about butter Chardonnay? You use the word buttery, and Nick and I fight about butter Chardonnay regularly. Let us know if that's one you like.
Well executed.
This is off topic, so this is just a side note.
Yes, smoke taint is not going to help.
So you guys, we do have a guest on here, which is my sister Brittany, and she lives in Washington. So we are learning a lot about what's happening out there with the many levels of smoke over the past month or so. So that's the smoke comments we keep making.
All right. So next we are going to do Riesling. And Riesling is one of the most, yes, exactly.
This is my face. Reaction. This is how I feel about it. Yeah.
But Riesling is one of the most versatile grapes you can make in the world. You can do anything wine-wise from bone dry, zero residual sugar to extraordinarily sweet, dessert wines. You can do anything with it. You can do rosés. If you have a little bit of skin talk, it's more of an orange wine than a rosé. You can do sparkling wine. I've had sparkling Rieslings that are pretty good, not sweet. Great. you could do but this one, Dr. Hermann, it is a moderately sweet. I didn't go all the way bone dry because I didn't want to make you super happy.
I
just wanted to be like,
Nick and I have spent, a lot of time talking about wines and I love Asian food. And I'm always like, I never know what wine to drink with it. And Nick always suggests Riesling. So this is a discussion we have often about how there's many different kinds of Riesling, and I'm trying to trust him.
So this one's medium dry. It's not super sweet. Still got a little bit of sugar in there. Tropical fruit. Still enough acidity. Another family winery.
Okay, that's lovely.
Christian Hermann's been doing this. Family's been making wine for a long time.
It is. I see that people would probably like it a lot.
Would you like this with spicy Thai food?
No, I don't like it because it's sweet.
But you like ice cream and
is anyone on here? Does anyone on here have this wine? Okay. Ooh, Diane, thank you for backing me up on the butter shard. Okay. Jill is saying, you guys, in case you haven't seen it, talking about the in Berlin that exclusively sold Rieslings. I need to go there, so maybe when I'm allowed to travel again.
I hear Berlin has a great club scene. I'm very interested in that.
I do need to try more dry Rieslings, I guess. I just get scared by the name, which is partially why we're doing something like this. So
I'm impressed you call it Riesling and not Riesling. Most people that want to dismiss it just say, oh, that Riesling. I don't like that.
Yeah, this is, I don't like this one.
Have some cheese. Have a little bit of cheese. We have 2 cheeses tonight. We have German cheeses. We have the Basil's Bavarian smoked cheese. This is a smoked cheese that is a monk thing too. And then the Ammerlander Buderkasse. So these are cheeses.
Salted rye rolls from Simple Bakery and Market. So I don't know. This one, not only is it way too sweet for me, it's got like a little funny taste to me. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I don't know what else to tell you.
You just don't like any residual sweetness.
No.
Wow.
It sticks in my throat. It is like my mouth feels coated with sugar now. All
right.
Better wash it out with a roll and some water.
So we're going to go. Let's actually get the text. Okay, let's get the text. So let's look. So that one had 48.2 grams a liter of residual sugar. Okay. And we're going to go all the way up to 70 grams a liter with this one.
Yeah, this is the one I've been worried about.
Bottle. You all probably have had a blue bottle Riesling.
Yeah.
And that's a marketing ploy. Yes, Relax. Same company makes this.
Yeah.
This one is their Auslese, though. So in German wine, Auslese. Oh, let's get the slide up.
Hey, Bruce, thanks for having my back, man.
Let's get the slide up.
Cheers.
All right. Slide. Share screen.
There's a lot of technology happening. Nick has to do all the work over here. I just have to drink the sweet wine.
All right. So, Auslese, it means selected harvest. So this is an even later harvest than late harvest Riesling. So that means lots of sugar in the grapes.
Very nervous.
But also a lot of acidity because you need a lot of acidity to balance it. You think about, just adding a splash of lemon juice to whatever you're cooking. Same thing with your wine. All right, Bridget.
Wait, what is the acidity supposed to do?
Up. It balances off the sweetness.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Okay. Oh, God. It's sweet. But actually, I like it better than the one we just had.
Yeah, because you go with the higher sweetness levels, the ripeness levels, Auslese, or Trockenbeeren Auslese. We have Cabernet, Spätlese, Auslese, Trockenbeeren Auslese, if you want to get into it.
Okay.
Anyway.
He's really excited about the German words that we get to say all during Oktoberfest at Country Meats.
But the other thing that's really fun about this is this wine will age. It's not meant to age, but with all the sugar and acidity in it, it will age really well. So if you are someone that likes to hold on to wines and see how they evolve, this gets so much better because that nectarine type of fruit flavor you got.
Yeah.
It comes out so much more with age.
I mean, so I knew going into this, obviously, that this was going to be the sweetest. Well, I hope this is the sweetest one.
It's the sweetest one.
But the note about the lemon, I don't know if that was a preconceived notion because you said that there was lemon in here to help cut the sweetness, but I taste that. It's not as bad as the cheap version of this that I've had.
It's much better.
Because that was probably when I was 21. Well, I didn't know. I
your
would
house
never
out.
buy this. So the moral of the story is this is still really sweet. I feel like I want to drink it on ice, so the ice would water it down.
Good suggestion. Fun thing. This is my favorite wine in the world. It's called JJ Prum. And if you look at it, it's a 2008. We drink Riesling at about 10 years old in our house. That's when we think it starts to get good. So if you want to start a cellar with affordable wines that will last, this gets good for 30 years.
Wait, what year was the Riesling we just drank?
This one was a 18, I think. Probably 17.
So what would happen to it if we waited 10 years?
It's actually non-vintage. Actually, it can't be non-vintage because it's Auslaise.
Hey, move on. What would happen?
Yes, it's 2018. Yeah. So what you would see is the sucrosy sugar flavor would fade away.
Okay.
Because the acidity works its way into that. And you would just taste more of the fruit flavors. So the lemon, the peach, the apricot. And it would be more of a dried preserved fruit.
Okay, better.
Then
So we should wait 10 years to drink our Riesling, people. This is what I'm learning.
And it's not that expensive. So it's a great way to do a thing. So, all right, we are.
Diane and Bruce, did you guys try that one too? Okay. I need Bruce to back me up here, okay?
We're going to feel free to unmute yourselves, or I can ask you to unmute yourself if you would like some assistance. And let's hear what you're thinking thus far about the wines and what you want to know.
And the Cell household, I want to know if you're cooking any other great German meals with these wines.
Boom. You can unmute.
So thank you for calling us out on that. Last week, we made the Polish sausage stew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It was so good. I'm sure we just drank beer. We just drank Staghorn. That's what we did.
Still a good choice.
It was, because I should have looked at the wine and I should have grabbed one of them, but we didn't. We just drank beer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and we had the pork chop dinner.
Oh yeah, that was out of my other cookbook.
What?
Oh.
It was an Instapot pork chop thing. It was really, really good. But anyway,
also sounds good.
So we've been totally digging this whole German style cooking.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And
are you guys normally Oktoberfest beer drinkers? Since you brought it up,
we are beer drinkers.
We're beer drinkers
and wine drinkers.
Oktoberfest beer is my all-time favorite beer.
Yeah, Oktoberfest. I hands down, it is our favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
These wines are very sweet. I will.
They're phenomenal.
I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but we've been pouring our glasses into his. He likes
Only one at a time, though.
Sharing is caring.
But it's good to know that Riesling can sit on your shelf for 10. I never even thought that.
It's a Super Bowl ageable wine.
That's really good to hear. I mean, now we've opened it. It's not going to.
We'll have to drink it now.
Yeah.
It's also an affordable wine.
So, I'm looking forward to hopefully cooking some more
Awesome.
German style recipes. So
Great. Oh, well, thanks for sharing that with us. I have not cooked a lot of German food lately, unfortunately. So I'm glad someone else is.
That's too bad.
We eat a lot of brats, though,
A lot of brats. Bruce, you thought it was too sweet?
I thought it was too sweet.
Yeah, man. With you. So, Bruce, do you normally like sweet wines or no?
I'm typically a red wine drinker.
Yeah.
Or Pinot Noirs. I like Zinfandels.
Okay.
Oh, we have stuff for you coming up. Yes.
I was just going to promote your linguiça, Nick.
I appreciate that. Our Brazilian style linguiça, great with the German wines. Let's just bring people together.
Well, I think it would go with that sweet stuff.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because it's spicy. All right.
Lemon, red pepper zest goes great with the Riesling.
Is lemon generally Riesling? Is that flavor often found in Riesling?
Especially in cooler climate, higher acidity ones, you'll get kind of that Meyer lemon type of.
Ooh, more lemon, less sugar.
All right, we're gonna pull a bone dry one next time.
Great, bone dry.
Bone dry.
We're gonna
rip
do
the
an
enamel off your teeth.
Asian
So much
food
acidity.
and dry Riesling tasting, and that's made for me. And Brittany, I know, would like that, and I'm guessing Shannon would.
I'll try anything once.
You tried what?
I said I'll try anything once.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Clearly, I'm trying this blue bottle twice, but
Like the last time.
This was the good one.
this was the upgraded version of the clawingly sweet wine.
Well, I think this is my game because then I get to finish the bottle.
Oh,
Nice.
smart household right there.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Jill, are you normally a sweet wine drinker?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I didn't think so, but I was just
No.
checking in.
And I'm actually don't like white wine unless it's bubbly
Yeah.
at all. But I will say now that we're unmuted that I was on a food tour in Berlin and the guy said, "Oh, we're going to take you to a Riesling shop." And my friend and I, also red wine and a beer drinker, we looked at each other just horrified. But we tasted like, I don't know, 6 Rieslings in the shop, and it was a very, a little tiny hole in the wall. It was a very cool place. But anyway, I have to say the dry Riesling was really good.
Okay. We've talked about it like in excess, and I still haven't been trying dry Riesling.
It just really
Try the dry one.
claws at my soul in a painful way that I can't find something Riesling that Bridget will like, because I know it's out there. I just want you to be
It's
like,
a personal challenge in our work relationship here.
All right. Anybody else got any other comments before we move on to the reds, or are we all excited to move on to the reds?
Reds.
All right.
Thank you guys for chiming in there. Brittany, I see your glass of red wine.
All right.
Can't wait to have my own.
This one is exciting. Paul Ox, Lust et Leben, means
Lust et Leben.
lust and life.
Oh, I mean, I do like the names of these German wines. Whatever. People buy wine for names and labels when they don't know any better.
So this is a fun blend of
Okay.
3 different grapes: Zweigelt, Saint Laurent, and Blaufränkisch.
Yes, those grapes.
Yes, those grapes. Sometimes you will see them as single varietals, but a lot of the time in Austria they do blend them, and that's because cold climate, they don't always ripen, so they would do field blends where if you have 3 different things planted together, odds are one of them will be ripe. So it's kind of an old farmer trick. Not so in on this one.
Who has it? Does anyone actually have this bottle with them? Diane, you do? And the cells? Okay. Can you guys put some comments here and tell me what you think about this wine? I don't want to speak here and be mean, but it's red wine, so I like it better.
It's red.
But I don't like the flavor of it.
It's a little foxy, it's got some
Tastes like the dirt it was grown in.
wow. It is a biodynamically produced wine, which is cool because they plant by lunar cycles.
Oh.
And they do some really crazy things like taking a bull's horn, filling it with manure, and burying it in the ground at the first planting to bring good luck to the planting. You cannot make this crap up.
Come on.
Google biodynamics. It's insanity. However, there are some very good things because biodynamics is concerned about soil health. And a lot of what the things do to encourage good soil health are very important. Very aromatic. Yes.
I don't know what this
is very good chilled. Too.
Again, last month, maybe it needs to be chilled. And I'm not generally I'm not generally a chilled red wine person, but I think that might help. It has like a potent flavor to me. It does. When often that's not the case.
It's also why I like it. I think it's fun. It's very unique.
Brittany has the best garden of anyone you've ever seen, and she also plants according to the moon. So maybe this winery is onto something.
Drip irrigation, lunar planting. Are you Demeter certified?
Okay, so, and I apologize, I'm just going with the Cell family because I'm not sure whose comment this is, but so do you guys like this wine in general? Red wine drinkers, I would say specifically, because I am a red wine drinker and
it needs a compliment. You got to have some food with it.
Okay.
Yeah, food. Absolutely.
You gotta have my cheese and rye roll. That's a good point.
Yes. Cheese and rye roll.
You couldn't sit down and drink a bottle of it. You'd have to have something with it.
Yeah. So this isn't your come home from work, had a stressful day glass of wine.
Not going to pound it.
Glass of Pinot. You can finish the whole bottle.
That's a Pinot. Good advice.
And quite honestly, it's important. It's important to remember that these grapes have not made it out of Austria for a reason.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
not the easiest drinking. They're not the most appealing to everyone.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wouldn't think it's appealing to everyone.
But I like it. It's unique. It's different.
It's unique. It's different. That's true.
Bridget doesn't like it.
I don't love it.
You know what this tasting did prove? Is there a red wine that Bridget doesn't like?
Yeah, that one. I mean, I would drink it, but I would actually rather have number 1 or 2 before that one again.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They weren't that sweet.
Fair enough. All right, so let's move on to the last one. And this is
very excited.
The Villa Wolf Pinot Noir.
I think I'm going to like this one.
Or one of my fun facts.
What?
As they call it in Germany, Spätburgunder.
You guys, one time I work from home, often. Nick called me when Oktoberfest was starting just so he could say some of the German words of the recipes we were working on.
Well, it's a lot of fun to say these words out loud.
Often we talk via Slack or text message or email, but this one was a phone call.
This one. I think I maybe even FaceTimed you to make you watch my face
it was really important.
Said the German words.
Oh, Diane, that's a good recommendation.
Brittany, you have to yell them. German is a very angry language.
Yeah, but our recording studio is in a location in which we can only be kind of loud.
Because I have a child sleeping over it.
Nick's kid sleeps above us.
All right, so Villa Wolf Pinot Noir, or Spätburgunder, as we would call it in the fatherland. I am German.
Great. This is great. Bruce, this is the whole bottle that I'm allowed to finish.
You can finish it. Let's bring up the fun facts.
I mean, this is not a Bridget wine still, but it's the most Bridget of the group. Yeah, it's very light. I prefer heavier
13% alcohol. Again, not Bridget friendly.
Bridget's jam.
But yeah, sustainably grown, warmer area of Germany because Pinot Noir needs a little bit warmer climate than white wine. The falls.
An easy drinker, this one.
Not many falls. So yeah, it's just nice.
Yeah,
but Germany makes some really nice Pinot Noir now.
Okay, yeah, that's new, right? Mm-hmm. Relatively how new?
Like the last 10 years. It really is related to climate change.
Yeah.
And better viticulture. They used to grow a grape called Dornfelder, was their primary red grape.
Okay.
Do not drink Dornfelder. It is worse than the Austrian grapes. It's terrible. I would not do that to you, Bridget.
Oh, good.
That would be another one that you do not like.
No, thank you for not doing that. Yeah, so generally we joke a lot also about Pinot because it used to be my favorite wine, I think, when I was like new to wine drinking, because it's, again, not as full body,
this is really refreshing.
And I'm generally like a full body. Yeah, so this is just like easy. I think anyone would like this. I don't
agree.
know. Anyone on the call, everyone drinking this wine on the call, do you like it? Thumbs up or clap on your Zoom. Good. Cheers to you all. This was a good one to end with.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm proud of this one. Thanks. I'm proud of you choosing it.
Let's get your takeaways first, and let's open it up. What do you think of the German Austrian wines? Did you learn new things?
I did. I had a feeling going into this that Nick was set to prove me wrong, that not all German wines were sweet. But I did, before we planned this episode, I was like, no, we're not tasting German wines because I will throw up if I have to drink more than one of them. They're so sweet. So this was really great for me. Besides these two the three. I don't love those three. But numbers 1, 2, and 6, I would drink again. I would even maybe drink 3 again if you made me.
The Austrian sparkling wine, the Krems Gruner Veltliner.
Yep.
The Dr. Herrmann kind of sort of sweet, maybe with some Asian food.
Yep.
And then
definitely don't want these again, but I think that's right. Yeah. So I'm just
no. Actually, you wouldn't do
this one was better.
You would do the sweeter one. Yep.
Yeah. So which was interesting. I just
Very
chose a sweeter one over a not a sweet. I just didn't like the flavor. I don't know what else to So
stay tuned for our Riesling tasting.
Look. I'm sick that day. If anyone would like to sub in, you are welcome to. Anyway, I thought it was really great. And to answer the question, are all German wines sweet? No. The answer is no.
Not.
And and also I don't think I've ever had an Austrian wine.
They're harder to find, but they're getting more readily available. Cool thing about Austrian wines, most of it's under screw top, and they all have the Austrian flag on the screw top. So very easy to identify. Nice. It's a great example of branding. We think of Pure Michigan as being really good at the branding with the Tim Allen, you're driving along the lake and there's a dog. Pure Michigan.
There's a dog.
But, Austria, they're even better at it. They put their flag on the wine. So
Yeah.
Good job, Austria. So
Great
look for
job,
that.
Austria.
Will any of these work their way into your normal drinking rotation?
Well, I like this Pinot for just like when you're having people over that you don't know if they're like wine people. Like this is easy.
You could put ice cubes in this one too.
Okay, but no.
Yes, you could.
I don't want to.
Well, you could.
This one was just like, maybe it would be helpful. This one is great for people. I do get nervous when, like, I know a lot of my friends well enough to know what kind of wine they want, but if you're having new people over or in a world in which you are going to a dinner party at a new place, that's a great one to bring because I think everyone would drink it. Also, the sparkling wine.
Really yummy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was just different from all the sparkling wine that I drink. That was just a really good one. So I'm going to deliver some of that to Shannon's house because I know she loves it. So anyway, yeah, that was really, really great. Not going to buy the sweet ones, sorry, but glad I learned about them.
All right, let's open it up to all of you that joined us.
Yeah, I want to hear your feelings.
Yeah, what was the favorite? What's the takeaway from the night? Let's have a big what we learned here.
Are you going to call on people, Nick, or are we going to let people battle it out?
Battle it out.
Don't be polite, guys.
Okay. Oh, Diane's trying to talk, but I can't hear her.
Diane is still muted.
Is she muted?
No?
I think she's...
Oh, there she
Now you
is.
are.
There you go, Diane.
And take Annie out. She was barking at us, and I'll wait till hopefully he comes back.
Yeah, I like Bruce's wine opinions here.
Good one. Well, I know for us that we really like the sparkling. We just said that we need to add that to our, Diane knows we have room in our wine room, so we need to fill it. That would be a good one to put in there. So, and
the Pinot.
We like the Pinot.
Not everybody likes
not
the Pinot.
everybody likes the Pinot.
At all.
But you can stick with the sweet one.
How full is a glass of Riesling?
How full is the
I'm getting through it. It was almost full, and I'm under halfway now.
Yeah, and that was this one, wasn't it?
That was the super sweet Riesling.
This was the blue one.
Yep.
But now that we know that we can put the Riesling on the shelf, that's
huge.
That's huge for the rest of us here.
I still won't touch it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm with you, man.
German Riesling they would like is Gründorf. Grunhauser.
Grunhauser.
Riesling.
I've never had that one.
Grunhauser Riesling is very good. Very hard to get.
We'll send you a picture of it because
I've ordered it from several places around here. We go to Dusseldorf and we get it everywhere. Here, nowhere.
Yeah, you can't find it.
Really?
So.
Sounds like something Nick
Sounds like a challenge for me.
Challenge Bay Grunhauser.
We'll send you a picture, Nick.
Grunhauser.
Were you it sounds like since you like the sweet wines, did you ever have the Gewürztraminer that I mentioned earlier with my grandpa Dennis?
I have not.
Okay. I wonder if that's like, I literally know nothing. I was very young when I was probably early 20s. So I don't know, is that like readily available?
Good wine shops, we have a bottle. We used to have a couple more, but people don't buy a ton of it.
Yeah.
You can find some in Washington, cooler climates.
A case of Gewürztraminer from Saint Michel here in Woodinville.
Oh,
they make some
on
good
my
ones.
23rd birthday.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Friends, we actually have a French one from Alsace, which was part of Germany for a long time, and then we had to give it back to the French. And then Germany, and that's kind of where you'll find it. Also, a little bit of Italy in Tyrol. So again, part of Italy that used to be Austria, which used to be Germany.
So we'll have to do a follow-up and see if
people speak German.
See if Nick has gotten that wine for you. Not Gewürztraminer, the other
We'll
one.
have to find it. We'll have to find it. We can find it. I'm sure we can find it.
Okay, great recap from your household.
Shannon, I want to know, you're the twin here. Was there anything that made you go, what is Bridget talking about?
No, none of this is a surprise.
This is exactly what I knew would happen.
Yeah. And I think our opinions are pretty close to the same on wine, probably slightly less. I haven't been drinking that much wine lately since I'm in the baby days.
Shannon has a new baby, so not a lot of
our
drinking.
opinions are the same.
I drink far more than what she is drinking is what she's saying. But the sparkling wine, Shannon, I should have delivered that to you before tonight. I apologize.
Yeah.
I will deliver some to you after so you can hear because it sounds like that's a crowd favorite.
So I think Bruce had a really good point earlier in this too, and you chatted some food pairing suggestions. These European wines are generally lower in alcohol, higher in acidity, and made to go with food a lot more than American wines.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
We all have this idea in America of like these huge Napa Cabernets that are just overly extracted alcoholic messes.
That I like, is that what you're saying?
And they will overwhelm food, but these are definitely made to be on the table with food, like our beautiful cheese and simple salted rye rolls. If you haven't ever had a simple salted rye roll, you need to come to Lake Geneva Country Meats right now and buy some because they're really good.
They're so good.
They could do with more salt though.
Always more salt. I do think that's interesting. I don't remember. I wish I remembered like the meal, but I distinctly remember having wine. Like the first time I realized that wine could complement food, you know, because again, I started drinking wine when I didn't know anything about wine. And at some point I learned before you even, Nick, I started learning more things about wine. And I know that's so silly to this group. We understand that wine complements food, but I do think it's a good thing to note with these wines that even more, because like, not that our rye roll isn't as delicious as a pork schnitzel, but I bet that wine would have been better with the pork schnitzel. So that's a really good point. Oh yeah, Nick, you're down, man.
Yeah, we can't see you.
Darn it.
We've lost you guys. Oh no, we've lost Nick and
what fun
Bridget.
is that?
It's like we're just listening to the podcast.
Let's check.
Oh, well, he's going to go check. We do have we are looking at our computers to see you all, but we actually have a camera set up in front of us. Well, anyway, okay. So Brittany, you probably don't have any of these wines out in Washington. You didn't get to Lake Geneva Country Meats to purchase yours.
I did. Yeah. Oh, you're back.
Did you miss us?
I did not. So I'm just drinking my Columbia Valley Red Blend.
Oh,
here.
good. Okay. That's a good call.
One of these days we'll do a Washington themed one.
Just for you.
This was our group one. And I think we're going to wrap up for the podcast. Thank you all for joining us. We'll hang out a little bit afterwards, see if anybody else has any questions. But we're going to wrap this up for the podcast. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, especially the people who joined in to be a part of this live.
And you guys heard it earlier, but we answered the question that not all German wines are painfully sweet. So get out and try some German and Austrian wines. We sampled 6 very good options today and learned that they pair really great with food. So
we have all the information on what the wines were in the show notes and on our website, dinnerplusdrinks.com. And of course, you can follow us on social media.
We highly suggest watching this one on YouTube because we are dressed like ding dongs. So thanks so much. You can find us at Dinner Plus Drinks Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Pros, guys.